Hello. Oh, let's go ahead and reload that. I hate that when there's that weird green bar for no real reason. Hello, everyone. I am Crota, and I will be giving you game number 1 in a series between Happy and Orc Worker. Game number 1 taking place here on Echo Isle as Happy spawns on the top right-hand side of the map as the red Undead. Meanwhile, over here on the top left, we have Orc Worker spawning as the yellow Orc. Orc versus Undead in this 1v1, and we'll see how things do unfold in this particular matchup here. Now, I am expecting some Blade Master versus Death Knight matchups, but let's go ahead and start breaking down what we can expect to see on this particular map. Now, all of the creep camps are relatively easy to take out. The green and orange creep camps are not notorious for being difficult, but at the same time, it also means that there's not going to be very powerful items. The Blade Master should be able to control where the Undead is most of the time, but at the same time, the Undead, if he is able to get a level 3 Death Knight and a level 3 Lich, then he should be able to start hero nuking down his opponent's units. The possibility of destroyers makes it difficult for Orc players to try and go Spirit Walkers, and the Undead could also flip the script and go for a Naga Sea Witch at tier 2, ultimately getting the Lich at tier 3 with that very, very powerful Orb of Corruption. It's all about the game plans now, as Happy is opening up with what looks to be Crypt Fiends. That Altar of Darkness is a bit delayed, as you can tell, as the Blade Master is already halfway out. What does that mean for Happy? It means that Happy will have a Crypt Fiend first before the Death Knight comes into play. The Crypt Fiend will most likely be able to head off to the north here, pull some of that aggro, stay on Blight, and do a little bit of damage before the Death Knight does finally make its way out. Meanwhile, it looks as though the Blade Master is going to be opting to do a little bit of creeping next to this Voodoo Lounge first. This is not something I normally see. Perhaps he's going to be going after this Ogre Magi down over here. The level 5 Ogre Magi, picking up a powerful item, selling the Scroll of Town Portal, picking up those healing salves, and then moving on from there. A lot of the times, many times, you'll see the Blade Master actually head off to the north just a little bit to clear that green creep camp instead, as we do see that the Crypt Fiend is purposely backing up right here and, well, doing a little bit of damage. Alright, that damage is not very much at all. I would have thought Happy would have tried to engage a bit more. There is a lot of walking back and forth. There's the attack again. Crypt Fiend gonna stay on that Blight and then continue the attack as the Death Knight with skeletal minions are finally out and about. Blade Master dangerously low on hit points after clearing out this 5-3-3 creep camp, which will not even give level 2, as the Blade Master now, I believe we saw a critical strike first. That means he does not have Windwalk as of yet. Double healing salve should be ready to go. There you have it, as the Blade Master now ventures forth. He does not have time to get to level 2, which means his main escape skill is going to be neutralized. He cannot get that until he is at level 2, and he doesn't want to engage against any creeps until he does have a fair amount of hit points. We'll see what all of the follow-up will be here in just a moment, as the Death Knight sitting at level 1, pushing back that one particular grunt. Now, the Crypt Fiends are hoping to clear out this 3-1-1 creep camp. Meanwhile, Blade Master heading off to the north. It cannot go after the lone Ogre Magi off to the north here. Since it does not have Windwalk, it will not be able to use that trick that is oh so powerful for so many Blade Masters. We are going to see the Null Poacher get taken down, and now Happy has taken the experience lead from the Blade Master, which is a big surprise. Many times, Orc players will actually be 1 to 2 levels ahead of their Undead counterpart, but instead, Happy actually has an experience lead and actually seems to be in an okay position. He's actually in a great position, not trying to play catch-up. Blade Master now sitting at level 2, gonna go after the Nightcrawler here, picks up a Tome of Strength, most likely wanted a Tome of Agility or Tome of Experience. Additional strength does give him 50 extra hit points, but that is not anything really to write home about. Death Knight now once more on the run. If the Death Knight gets in 2, maybe 3 more shots on this Grunt, the Grunt could get taken down with the Death Coil. 1 more shot, and it's going to get taken down. There it goes, as the Blade Master losing a very expensive Grunt already. Now, what is the follow-up play going to be? You can see that there are skeletal minions, gloves of haste, but quickly the Blade Master goes after the Crypt Fiend here, and now going to try to do a bit of padding. Crypt Fiends are rather weak, but the Blade Master still has to get around the 400 hit points of healing from those death coils. All right, that low hit point Crypt Fiend should be getting a death coil sometime soon. No, just now getting it, as we now see the Crypt Fiends are turning back around and focus firing down those grunts. Blade Master getting in a couple of critical strikes, but this low hit point grunt is in trouble once more. A quick attack from the skeletal minion and a death coil will take it down. Is it going to get taken down? Down to 90 hit points. There's the death coil. There's the experience, as Happy now ventures back off to the north. All right, all the discussions saying that Undead is one of the weaker races seems to not apply to Happy right now, as Happy is doing a great job. He just needs to get in front of those Crypt Fiends, or by those Crypt Fiends, to get that additional attack speed or movement speed bonus. There goes another grunt, as the Death Knight is now inching his way to level 3. Happy in great control of this game right now, even though he does not have enough mana for that Death Coil. He will be microwing these Crypt Fiends in order to get them into position. Slaughterhouse is under construction. Lich is going to be that second hero. Well, a sheep. Sheep are not very smart animals, as that sheep wanders into, well, straight next to an undead base. Wow. Talk about being at a bad place at a bad time, as the Death Knight now ventures forth once more. He does have a potion of mana, so he will be able to heal all of these Crypt Fiends again, and he could also try and clear off this rather high level creep camp, especially particularly on this map. If he does that, he'll be able to back off, perhaps proc and get some good aggro here, as the Ogre Warrior is going to get taken down. Death Knight should get to level 3. Gloves of Haste given to the Lich, as the Death Knight now goes to town on the Ogre Warrior creep camp. Ogre Magi, for some reason, not engaging, picking up a Tome of Intelligence right there. Frost armor on the Death Knight. Oh yeah, Lich obviously getting frost armor first to protect from that Blade Master, slowing the attack speed, as the Death Knight now gets to level 3 and also has a potion of invulnerability. Happy has a commanding lead at this stage of the game. He doesn't even have tech to tier 2 yet. This is using a very, very old, I would say 2012 or 2013 strategy of Undead versus Orc, a very, very strong tier 2 push that most Orc players are just not ready for. Worker, however, trying to go for the economic game, knowing that his opponent only has piercing damage and heroic damage, fortified armor taking reduced from both of those attacks. Skeletal minions, well, 14 to 15 normal damage, not going to add up very much here, but the Blade Master needs to control at least these units. All right, Death Coil goes down onto the Crypt Fiend again. 400 hit point heal. Potion of Mana still available, as Speed Scroll now coming in. Orc Worker with the Ogre Mauler should be able to really push through damage onto those units there. However, slow onto the Ogre Mauler because of a Frost Armor right there. Lich continuing to fight back and forth. Blade Master trying to go after these units, as we now see the Lich getting to level 2. Burrowed Crypt Fiend of Happy doing a great job. Dust of Appearance reveals that Burrowed Crypt Fiend, but it is not getting attacked, as we now see an Obsidian statue joining the fight. Happy that this Obsidian statue is now back in play, as the Blade Master does get a Wind Walk. And wow, the Blade Master survives at 19 hit points. The Dust of Appearance was actually from the Undead player, revealing the Blade Master and not revealing those Crypt Fiends there, as Worker now needs to retreat with these units. Worker going to lose that economic advantage that he had. Not this one expansion is not going to be able to pay for itself at all, as we're going to look at Happy now inching towards his way of equality in terms of, well, in terms of army size. Army size right now is 49 over 60 compared to 45 over 50, and that's with a lot of units currently under construction, a Crypt Fiend and an Obsidian statue. The Death Knight is going to end up finishing off this great haul here, and now it is going to be time for that follow-up play. Worker doing what he can to try and equalize a score, trying to do a little bit more creeping, will take down that Renegade Wizard. Boots of Speed now given, and we'll see where those units will be traveling to next. Blade Master now going to be heading off to the north here. Is it going to find perhaps a random... No, Obsidian Statue is all the way back over here. You can see very, very quick damage right there as a Scroll of Town Portal now comes in. Blade Master will have to be careful as the units land straight up on top of Worker's army. Units are going to have to retreat there, and there is an escape Scroll of Town Portal, only to see Worker losing a Raider as it was just outside of the range of the TP. Kodo Beast now ready to go. Let's see, where will they be traveling to next. The mercenary camp is available right off over here. Kodo Beast needs to be healing back up as well. And looked like there were some healing animations, but no, nothing on the Kodo Beast as of right now. Does have those Warsong battle drums, and the Blade Master with no plus damage items, not going to be able to really push through as much damage as the Death Knight can heal or the Lich can prevent. Back across here, Shadow Hunter needs to get to level 3. Renegade Wizard will end up falling. That should give level 3 right there. There you have it. Item is going to be a Ring of Protection plus 3, 18% more effective hit points as the Death Knight now goes after the Ogre Magi. Claws of Attack plus 6 have been given to the Lich as well. Lich is going to get to level 3 right here. And at level 3, most likely level 2 Frost Nova, or could even go for Dark Ritual, as a Dark Ranger could be added, and those Dark Rituals very, very good at keeping that Lich high on mana. Worker continuing to do heavy creeping now, hoping to make up whatever economic advantage that he has lost just by taking out that expansion here, and trying to equalize the overall experience advantage. All right, there goes that last Murloc. Gargantuan Sea Turtle does deal fairly high damage, and Worker did do a good job clearing out some of the more dangerous creep camps, as a Tome of Agility and a Talisman of Evasion now dropped as well. Talisman of Evasion and a Ring of Protection plus 3 have fairly similar what would you call it, effective hit point gains. If you don't believe me, check out my video on WarCraft 3 Armor and Evasion. I believe it all explains it right there, as the Blade Master now heads off to the north. Destroyers quickly finding this Voodoo Lounge here. Blade Master does not have an Orb of Lightning, sells the Talisman of Evasion, picks up an Orb of Lightning, and runs away. Now, we are at Fortress. We do not have the fortified armor on those Orc Burrows, so those Destroyers and those Crypt Fiends will be able to do a lot of damage here. You can see that damage just melting away Orc Burrow after Orc Burrow right there. There goes one already, as the units now land up straight on top of all the units. Shadow Hunter quickly melted down. No dust of appearance on the Crypt Fiends, and that is going to be an issue. 2 low hit point Crypt Fiends still above ground. Blade Master is currently revealed. He's going to get focused down, only to have a Potion of Invulnerability give him another chance at life. Oh, beautiful, beautiful Death Coil right there, saving that Lich, as Happy, although he was in dominant control of most of the game, a Worker was able to catch back up, and in the very end, a Worker would have lost his Blade Master anyways, showing a higher disparity in the scores. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, hope you guys enjoyed Game 1. Please stay tuned for Game number 2.